We just got back from hanging a light fixture. Figured I'd tell you some experience about that. I didn't get too much footage. Um, I'll wait for you guys to get in here. I've got some experience now with this setup, and it is good, but it has some flaws. So we need to talk about that. We need to talk about the potential of this WeHop pouch and maybe putting in some veto slots as pocket stuffers. We're going to talk about this loadout because that's pretty good. The tools that are associated with it. But I've got a couple of mosquitoes in my garage, and we need to make something. What's up, Sarush? Forgot your life third. What's going on? So we need to make a. I need this cord to reach here. Got mosquitoes in here. I tried to hang it here right before the live, but I couldn't get the cord to reach. So we're gonna make something. We're gonna make like a kick with a shepherd's hook, or maybe an offset, or maybe we can modify this thing. We built this thing for fun one day. I think we can probably actually just use this. Thank God you're okay. Absolutely, Suresh. How you doing? Hopefully that was not too close to you, sir. Really scary. Sorry to hear that, man. You got the white U.S. General. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like this thing, man. It's pretty decent, actually. Pretty decent. Why does half to quarter inch adapters cause so much wobble? It's a good question. I guess you're just changing a lot of sizes all at once. It gets pretty intense there. Oh, we need to make this thing work for us. No, I got a bender. I'm ready. Let's see here. I think if we just, yeah. Yeah, we just go for it. I think we just go for it. What do you think? Oh, we kinked it. It doesn't matter at this point. We were bound to kink it. We're not putting wire in it. It's for mosquitoes. That might work. That will work. Oh, that kink actually works out really nicely. Perfect. Well, that's done. Next. I think I'm just gonna leave that thing plugged in for quite some time. I walked out here to grab something, man, and I had like 6 mosquitoes on me. All right. There's a couple of things we got to do. We're not quite ready. I got to find a tripod. I've got to turn on the AC. Okay, AC check. Tripod check. Really, tactics? Yeah. Really. Small hospital got damaged, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Less than a few miles. Wow. All right, so this is what we found out. Helmets, boots, leather gloves, and able to react like we do in tornadoes. I've got a video coming out tomorrow. Something very special. Makes any pouch. I might release it tomorrow or Saturday. I haven't decided yet. It might be late on Friday. Maybe like 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, something like that. Or I could just put it out during the day. I haven't really decided yet. But we just hung a chandelier. Yeah, the side job got a little crazy because I might have to draw it on the whiteboard where I can just tell you guys about it. But let me get this set up here. Nice. Yeah, so I show up and the first thing that they tell me is that they smelt smoke. And they were worried. So I thought it was just, hey, I'd hung a light in place of a ceiling fan and the switch wouldn't work. Well, the switch wouldn't work because the breaker was tripped. But we'll get into that. So I show up and they got a pancake box, which is about this deep. And the light is hung. The cord was so twisted around the chain because they were spinning the light fixture to... Have you ever hung like one of those chandeliers with the cord that's going through the chain like this, and then you got the ground that's going up through the chain like this, right? And then as you're tightening that eye bolt, everything's just spinning up and down and everywhere, right? So, Lieutenant Colombo, how do you have all that Klein rail? Typically used to slide inside medium mounted on your videos, screwed into the wall, something. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I did. I can show you. I've got a video on how to do it. It's actually some really, really good spots that you can drill. But right here is a good spot to drill. And it's sturdy enough. So I've got all that Klein rail. I've got that Klein rail. Behind here, there's little diamonds. I don't know if I have one loose or not. I should have one that's loose. Come on, door. Little drill in this hole. So there's your mod box there. You want to drill right here in the center from the back side. And you want to drill right there in the back side. You can actually see it on this side with the light, with the camera. Hard to see with the naked eye, but the camera really shows it. And you want to countersink just slightly, not too much. Drill on this side first, poke your hole through, countersink this side, and then sink your screws in. Works really good. Works good enough to do this. And that's just sheetrock. That's just wood and sheetrock. It's not even really, I mean, the wood's not even really fixed to the wall that great. It's just kind of there. Definitely better than anything mod box there. Look, there's a mosquito now. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Did we get him? Fly into that thing. I'll close this door. Hex nuts, exactly. All right, so how many bags do you now have? Do you ever repurchase after throwing them out? Yes, I did not repurchase them all, but I repurchased a lot. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. getting a bit yeah, sorry to hear that, Serge. Let's see here. Definitely be praying for you, buddy. All right, so hang on, I gotta get one more thing. The nipple that went into the pancake box, I had to cut it, okay? But I didn't have a recip saw with me, and I didn't have a bandsaw with me. So what I did was I used the customer's jigsaw. And all the customer had was a wood blade on this jigsaw from like, I don't know, the 80s. So it was interesting, man. We made the cut with a jigsaw, with a wood blade on a metal 3/8 threaded rod for this chandelier. And dude, it looked like a shark cut it. You know, like it was so bad. But if you put a nut on threaded rod first, once you cut it, you can unspin the nut off, and it recuts the threads, right? So that's the trick. Before you cut threaded rod, put the nut on first. So I was able to cut down the length of the nipple so that way, if you know, you know, but when your box is only this deep and your threaded rod is this long, the thread has to have somewhere to go. So at a certain point, you have a canopy for this chandelier that has to come up. And you've got a little plastic lock nut that screws to hold the whole canopy up. And the threaded rod originally was hanging down way too low. So I had to take the whole light down that they already had up. And instead of taking it all the way down, I was able to hang it on the box up there. So I didn't have to, keep going on up and down the ladder. But it was so funny, man. What's up, Caleb? So I had to cut this stupid threaded rod with a jigsaw with no variable speed with a wood blade. And it probably took me 5 minutes just to cut that threaded rod. Think Souls is going to be mad at me for my drill versus impact videos. I don't know. No Milwaukee rod cutter comes in handy. Does the Milwaukee rod cutter only cut all thread, or does it cut hollow threaded nipples for chandeliers? That's the question. Medium mod boxes mounted with your videos. Is it screwed into the wall or something? Yeah, I just showed you. How do you have a climb rail? I just showed you. Yeah, it's screwed into the wall. Hang on, let me get my all messages. There we go. I'll go get it again and show you. So there's a mod box rail here, right? And what you do is you flip this around. You go into this hollow section right here. You take a 1/8 inch drill bit and you drill this direction, this way. Then you take a countersink bit and you just flush it up just slightly. And then, yeah, you just screw them right in the wall. What's up, Denny? He may disown you. I don't think he'll be mad. I've been telling him forever. Impacts are better than drills in every situation for a lot of things. I can't say every situation for a lot of things. That's kind of an oxymoron. But in general, in the field, especially if you're having to do some sketchy stuff, an impact is way better because it's going to constantly slip. What's up, Russ? So, an impact is preferred for me for my line of work 99% of the time, even drilling holes. It's just, you're just safer drilling holes with an impact any way you dice it. Do I have... Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it because I've been busy and I'll probably make a shot of this, honestly. Sometimes it's hard to have time to do all this and do a live on that, man. It's a choice now at this point. Am I going to go live and BS with you guys? Or am I going to make content? I've already made 2 videos of content, actually, for this week. And I've got that laser video coming out. And I left all of Angela's garbage in the background whenever she's saying that she's tired and she wants to go to sleep and the kids are hungry. We left all that in the video. And it's pretty funny. I got a nice twist on it. When that laser video comes out, you guys are going to laugh. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to drill a hole in here right now. We're going to use, not this one. Man, I should have more drill bits here on the fly. I thought I had one ready. I've got to find one now. Here's a tap. We'll do a tap. So this is pretty common. Have to tap a hole in metal for bonding. I actually carry one of these in my client every day so contractors can borrow it. We've got the most capable drill in the history of ever. The M12 subcompact. Dude, every contractor I show this to goes and buys one so far. Everyone's bought one. I should give them an affiliate link before they go buy it. I should have like a Home Depot in-person affiliate link for this thing at this point. All right, so these are good. They're made by Greenlee. They have thread taps on them, and you flat out can't do this with a drill without seriously hurting yourself. So we're just going to sit here, possibly get shards of metal in my rum, and actually, it's got some pretty nice legs on it, actually. Cheers. All right, here we go. It's going to dance around in a second. Let's start it. There we go. All right. So you can't hold a piece of metal while you're drilling it with a drill. It's really dangerous. I don't even know if I can do it with this drill, because I've got a bunch of holes in here and it's stabbing me while I'm holding it. Okay, the whole time this is impacting, if this was a drill, it would be doing this in my hand, right? But because it's an impact, while it's spinning, I can literally grab it and it just slips. And then we can go back to spinning it in my hand. I can stop it with my hand. You should not do this at home, guys. But you can see, you can hear it impacting. You can't do that with a drill. You will destroy your appendages. That's why an impact is preferred. And now we've got a perfectly tapped hole here ready for a bolt to go into. And I would have a bolt if I hadn't left it at the office, because today I took one out of a disconnect that had no business being in there. And I kept it as a trophy. I don't usually keep my trophies, but I kept this one and put it on my office desk. It was a pretty bad solar inspection, man. Milwaukee drill taps would have broke, maybe. I've never tried a Milwaukee drill tap. Drill tap. I will say, one-handed removing a drill tap with this is kind of dangerous. I do like the Flex Quick Insert because you don't have to worry about having to use two hands to remove things. Another reason why I like the Flex. But since I bought this, we still have 2 bars on this, and that includes building the shed. So I'm hearing a lot of people say it's not efficient. That's a little bit true. It's not the most efficient impact, but it's plenty efficient enough. But yeah, impacts are always going to be my go-to, man. I don't care how much faster a drill is. They don't slip. They're a lot safer. Impact's the way to go. G-Scaler, awesome. Anyway, to do a live stream going after this so we can check in on Sarush. Is there any way to get a live stream going after this so we can check in on Sarush? Does Sarush want to join? Let me see here. Sarush was here 2 seconds ago. Where did he go? Carry the Greenlee drill tap set with me at work. Yeah, I've got the I've got these taps in the back of my Klein. So if you guys don't know, I've shown you guys before, but I keep that one Klein screwdriver, the orange one with the bigger handle. It comes with the black bits in my car at all times, and I keep a drill tap inside of the handle here. It's in my center console right now. And I let contractors borrow it when they need to bond cans, man, because it's like, dude, just borrow mine, tap your hole, and hurry up, you know. Greenlees are made of cobalt. I don't know, but they are good. They've always been. It wouldn't surprise me. Hard to beat a Greenlee, though. You guys aren't going to be able to read it. Yeah, Sarush was here. I might have lost connection. He said he was doing fine as of 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Yep. So, anyway, so I had to cut this stupid hollow nipple for this chandelier with a Craftsman jigsaw from like the 70s. And it looked like a shark had chopped it by the time I got done with it. But I was able to use the Knipex Cobras to do it. And I was rocking this pouch here. So this is the pouch that I was rocking. It's the Diamondback. And I've told you guys this before just from experience. And that's what this channel is based on. It's based on experience, not what I think will be good. But also what I think will be good based on experience. But what I know is good too. Based on the past, not I think this will be good and that's the end of that. I always follow through and I always make sure to test. So I opted not to try this one out today. I don't know why. This one's just a nice little tight package, right? You got everything right here. It's really thin, very sturdy, but also has a lot of pockets going for it. And I could put this on and show you kind of how I operated with it. But long story short, what ended up happening, inevitably, this is what happened. I'm working on a ladder. I'm standing on the top rung of a ladder, which I shouldn't be doing. So I'm already kind of, you know, using a little bit of balance. I can reach the top of the ladder with my fingertips if I need to readjust, and I'm holding on to the chandelier to kind of step up and down because I've mounted it, you know. But it's not ideal, but it is what it is, right? We've all been there. So I've got this pouch here. And as I'm reaching down to put down tools, I realize that I don't have a lot of options just to drop tools off wherever I want to. And this is something that I talked about with the Weehaw here, right? So what I know for sure is, you see how this is hanging here? This isn't how this started. So I'm going to show you how this tool pouch started. Okay, this is how this tool pouch started out. And this is what I found myself doing. I was using this open slot right here a lot of the times to either hang this here, like this. I was hanging this upside down like this. This wound up being put right here. And then this is a $50 to $80 tool, depending on when you buy it. And I found that I didn't really want to shove my channel locks down between this expensive fluke. So this fluke ended up just taking over this whole pocket. And then I was putting this upside down here, or I was ending up putting this here. And this is what happens when you start getting in your groove and you're working and you're reaching and you're doing this. Okay, I need to put this tool down, I need to do this, or I need to be able to spin this nut, because inevitably what happens is these turn to your needle nose. And then you're trying to turn the nut up here while you're holding this down here. And then this thing, next thing I knew, started dropping down here like this, and I had this facing up. And every once in a while I'd remember to close this and then put this here. But then whenever I started grabbing this screwdriver, this slid over in the way, and then this screwdriver was just getting here. And the pouch was becoming something I had to think about every time I looked down. Okay, where is this tool now? What is this doing? What is that doing? And all that plays a big role in your workflow. It all adds up. I hate the idea of not having made already a tool in your bag. Yeah. So this was a nice pouch if you are not on a ladder and you don't have to think about your workflow. But when you're on a ladder and you don't have any spot for wire nuts to hang out here, and every tool has a place and has to go back in that place, it becomes pretty problematic pretty quickly. So I think, and this is what I said whenever I saw this pouch, and I was like, this is probably going to be the pouch to have. I still think I'm right about this pouch, because you've got wire nut storage in here, and we've kind of got plenty of space to be throwing tools where you're not having to fight over, you know, exactly where the tool is. And because this pouch is that much bigger, we could probably afford to graduate to a larger pair of Knipex with this pouch, which would just be that much more capable and less likely to get lost in the back. So even though we've kind of upgraded the size of our pouch, we're also upgrading the size of our tools, which just makes us that much more capable. And we're not having to compensate for smaller tools because we got a smaller pouch. Workflow increases. You got better storage here. Whenever I got home, I was kind of reflecting on what I was doing. And I thought about really having to pay attention to where all my tools were. And if you're doing a chandelier, you're going to need some kind of flathead to tighten the screws, as you got that bracket, I guess, with the 1/2-inch hole in the middle. And you've kind of got somewhere to just kind of stick, you know, whatever tools you got wherever. But really the tools that I used the most was the impact. And I really didn't have anywhere to hang the impact on this. very good without really thinking about it. I ended up handing it to the customer because he was reaching for it, but that's pretty secure there even. So it just made me kind of think about, at one point I was cutting the wire and I was, you know, giving a little bit of twist to the copper. I ended up having to pull out the full size strippers here. And this is just a better workflow for kind of everything you're doing. So this is really all that I needed. And I still have that much more room for extra pieces of the chandelier, all kinds of stuff. So it just got me thinking, yeah, this thing was convenient until it wasn't. And I couldn't help but just wish that I had have tried this out tonight. I thought I was going to try it out tonight. And then I saw this and I was like, man, this thing just looks sexy. But it ended up being fine, but I noticed that I was having to think about where I was putting tools as I was working. I don't like that. I like to have a spot that's just kind of a dedicated drop-off zone for whatever tools I'm doing that I don't have to think about. I can just kind of drop my tools wherever. And I don't really have a consequence for putting them in a certain spot. And this pouch absolutely does that. And then it's got that quick clip. But I've got a video coming out tomorrow with something here that turns any pouch into a quick clip. So that's out tomorrow sometime. Thought I was going to miss this live. Here you are. I'm worried about the group home you sponsor. Swoosh is such a good guy. I have an idea. It's not made already. A tool lanyard bag. Kind of like the clients for a bucket truck or something. Is that Rodney? Let's see here. Happy to see you live late. My dad has a beautiful... Okay. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Cool. What's up, Keel Trunks? Keelytronics. What's going on? Strong canvas baby holders. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool just to kind of clip wherever. Tell Racketeers to make them. Reach out to Racketeers. They got a phone number. You can submit your idea and they'll make it a product. I think they pay you for it too. What's up, Learning with Juan? How's it going? Yeah, so that's pretty much the loadout that I've been rocking lately. It's been really nice. It has everything that I need and then some. I've got plenty of storage for all the tools that I could possibly use. But I did kind of discover a flaw today. And that's that I got to put all the tools back exactly where they go. And that might sound obvious, but when you're working on a ladder, it's a little bit problematic to have to put all the tools back exactly where they go. Because sometimes you're just kind of hanging on to this while you're trying to put this down. And I would say probably 80% of the time I was able to reach down here, close these, and stick them in the slot. But whenever I was, you know, about to grab the strippers right after I used them, but I was kind of in between doing something, I found myself just kind of hooking them wherever I could, you know. So just something to think about. It is nice to have a more open bag. How are we feeling? I think we're doing all right. Why don't I make my own pouches and bring them to market? I probably could. Just getting in, been troubleshooting a ground fault on a fire alarm. Been a fun day. That does sound like a fun day. One of the easiest ways to troubleshoot something like that is to use your toner in reverse. So if we take our toner, how do I want to do this? Yeah, we're going to grab this one. Ow. Is it even going to switch to continuity mode for me? It won't. Hang on. There we go. Now we're in toning mode now. We're going to short these two together and turn the toner on, and we're not getting any noise out of here. And that's because our wires are shorted together. So we can use this in reverse with the wires shorted together. We're not going to get any tone. The second that we find where our wires were shorted together and we remove that fault, now we get our noise. So a lot of techs like to work things energized because you know the second that you found the problem because there's an instant change. But you can work safely with the power off or with the circuit off using this toner because it's almost like there is power there because you're able to at least know the second that a change is made and if it's still shorted or not. $91, 5.0 power stack starter kit. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, Jamie. It's so difficult to design tool belts for all the different professionals. Yeah. It's true, Sarush. Got Home Depot coupons I have to use with HD credit cards. Tone the end of the chain and follow back to the source. Yep. It's not easy. Okay. Saw a different DeWalt kit tonight. 4 tools and a drill. 6.5 circular saw, OMT flashlight 2.0. 139 at Lowe's. That's actually really good, especially with the circular saw in there. It's pretty decent. You got the brushless flashlight too. It's always good. Do I want one? Man, the thing with those coupons is you have to have a Home Depot credit card to use it. So for me, I don't want to add anything to my credit cards anymore. I am in enough debt to not add anything to credit right now. I appreciate it. But I will pass them on to the group because Josh or Kansas might want them as well. That's a good idea. You had a direct ground to the building from the positive side of the SLC. I used your toner to trace the cable, then started breaking it down into sections and found it in a conduit. Nice, nice. Yeah, that's what you do. You just cut the problem in half and then cut that half in half and then cut that half in half and, until you get closer to the problem. Out of the panel, replaced 10 feet of cable and fixed. The Klein 5242 bag could be helpful on a ladder. Has a neck / handle. I probably got it here. I'll look that up. I've got something that you guys need to see. I don't want to spoil it, but it turns anything into a quick clip pouch. So this video is coming out tomorrow. Make sure you guys watch it. I will give you a sneak preview of what it is. So this thing usually uses Velcro, right? I'm just going to stick it in my whole waistband. I'm not even going to worry with the belt. There you go. Make sure you watch the video. This thing is too cool to miss. It works with any pouch. Absolutely amazing. Probably one of my favorite things that someone's ever shown me. System should be replaced. But the company won't spend the money. It's funny, man. Any job, the Fluke T6 or T23 or T6 1000, G money. All right. What are you planning on doing with your Fluke? If you have a T5 600, which is probably my favorite multimeter, okay? I didn't understand this. I was very wrong about this, and humbled and educated when I made this last video. Your Flukes that are the lower tier, where is there a Fluke around here? Where is that Fluke at? Hang on. Oh, it's right here. So I've got my construction set up here. There's my setup for construction. I got this video coming out too, but I've got a Vito MP2X in here. Of course, we got space for 2 channel locks right there. Then in the back, I've got an empty pouch ready to rock, of course, and then the Fluke. So this is the Fluke 302 here, plus. It's got a light. It's not a cheap multimeter. It's the cheapest Fluke, but it's not the cheapest of all the multimeters. These multimeters will not read continuity through your body. So if you get a T5 600, they're only going to read about 3,000 ohms. So if I touch here to here, there's not going to be a register, even finger to finger. Even from this finger to this finger, you're not going to read anything. What about this finger? Yeah, you still don't read anything on the same finger. 0. If I get any other meter, it's going to read through my body. Even a $70 Ideal will do this. So if I go here, let me see here. Yeah. Finger to finger. See here. Turn it off, back on. There you go. So from finger to finger, we're getting that many ohms, okay? If I drop one lead, you get 0. So your T5 1000 will read through your body, at least it should. That's what I'm told. If you've got a dead short that has a lot of ohms on it at a house, you're not going to be able to read it with a T5 600, the 300 series. You need a higher end multimeter. So look at how many K ohms that it's rated for before you make the purchase. Let's see here. Anything with normal XR style batteries would be replaced by a kit with a power pack or power stack. At least one of them. Nice. The radio live got pulled down, by the way. I went to watch it from today. I pulled it down. I didn't get a chance to watch it because I'm driving in my car. I don't know what the thing is saying. I don't know if it showed my address. I don't know what it did. So I pulled down the live. Did we get info about the battery explosion? No, we did not. Cool for your pouch. Should be words to a song. You have a small pouch for doing receptacle and switches, finish work basically, and then I have a full tool belt for doing construction. Exactly. It's right here waiting. You'll send me a pic after this. I found something else to include. If it's okay, yeah. Send you that fluke. That's in my construction bag. So this is construction fluke. You want a fluke for construction, man. You don't want to be putting your fingers on 480 without a fluke. Fuel piece is great, but I'd rather have a fluke. If I'm going to put my fingers on it and it used to be energized, I want a fluke. If I'm troubleshooting, I want something that's going to read high resistance. The T5 1000 for about 20 years, exactly. Buy once, cry once, till it gets stolen. Then you can cry twice. Needs new leads. They've updated them now, Russ, and now the leads unplug and plug in and all that. For basic stuff, T5/T6 is great. Yeah, exactly. Please remember to hit the like button. Yeah, double tap the screen. It's free. If they can get him, the entire nation will thank him. All right. You can call me Fluke. I'm energized. What was a regular was working and couldn't see who it happened to. I don't know. Got a new ideal clamp multimeter. I got a great deal and usually $100 meter I got for 60 bucks. New in the box. What I like about it is there's a screen on the bottom of it. I know which one you're talking about. Wait until you start learning how to build sensitive test equipment for capacitors testers that are sensitive down to 40 giga ohms. Yeah, not going to go there. Did another Flex battery warranty today. They're awesome. Flex is awesome, man. It's hard to beat that service. Flex has some really good service, and they let you keep the tools. I probably could have warranted my 10 amp hour batteries, honestly, but it's such a hassle to deal with my contaminated belongings. It's just easier to throw them away and just stay healthy and not being involved with them. Getting off here. Have a great night. Got to hit the hay. 5 a.m. will be coming too soon. That's true. Ideal had a screen at the bottom. I don't know if my Ideal has a screen at the bottom, but I know which one you're talking about. The True Sight or whatever it is. It's a good Ideal. Yeah, Flex Rocks, hope they survive. Lowe's is doing their best to kill Flex. I don't know what's going on, man. We'll see you later, Tronics. $75 where? He probably got it whenever Lowe's was ditching Ideal, and they were also ditching Greenlee, and they were also ditching a lot of tools, man. Lowe's got rid of a lot of tools less than a year ago. I bought a lot of stuff from Lowe's that I couldn't afford. Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I've been waiting for you in bed, but
You've been waiting for me.
I didn't know how much longer you're going to be. Why? I don't think I'm camera ready.
You're not camera ready.
Just kidding.
I think you're camera ready. Your shirt's pretty cool. It says, the element.
the elephant.
The element of confusion. You're so pretty.
Am I riding a bunkin' Bronco or something?
Nice shirt.
Thank you.
Do you want some of that?
I had mine already.
You should try so they can see the expression on your face.
That's what it's going to look like.
It's Florida Canna.
Yeah. I love you guys too. New kid.
What does it say?
One says, I see something coming. Yay, new kid.
He says, are you cozy? Come on, bitter liquor face. I can't read from here. It says,
come on, bitter liquor face.
I read that. I read that
I thought
properly.
you said liquor face. Like, I was like, you got a weird chat.
Oh, did you mention it? We need to do a live stream together and race tools again.
You do.
We need to charge all the batteries.
I'm trying
to find something. Here, hold that. There you go.
You want a screw?
Yes, I do. Here. You need a battery to screw me. We gotta.
What's the roof? People are paying for him.
Yeah, you didn't hear what happened in overseas. Oh. Well, we won't talk about it out loud. You can go look for it.
Okay.
I can't read. It says Sawzall Railroad?
Tracks.
Railroad.
Tracks.
Railroad tracks. What does that mean? Okay.
Thank you, Jamie.
I wish they could make the chat bigger so I could read it
What's
from
it
here.
like being with a renowned influencer electrician? I don't know. How is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. He
is
always busy.
Busy. Grinding. And not in a good way. You can't turn it off, man. You can't turn it off. You gotta keep grinding. And then when you're chilling, you're like, I could be grinding.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Grinding.
That's what I think. That's the way it is.
But you have kids, and the kids need a dad.
I do have kids.
So that's kind of important. They're only going to be in our house for
we got to secure
years.
the following for Keely so she can take over the channel. She wants to be an inspector. She's got to be an electrician first. So now I got to teach her everything I know. So that's going to be interesting.
You got a bony leg.
Okay. That's all I'm going to say about that.
That's what she said. I did say that.
Oh, yeah. The trades kind of raised me. That's why I'm an asshole. So, I guess I got to teach my daughter to be an asshole. Is that right?
No.
No?
No.
Then she can't be an electrician.
No, that's not true.
Is that true, chat? Can you survive in construction without having thick skin?
But being an asshole and having thick skin is two different things.
It's not. It makes you an asshole. You gotta be resilient, and you can't be resilient without someone being an asshole.
I'm resilient, and I am not an asshole.
You're not as resilient as I am. You're pretty resilient.
I'm still here, aren't I?
She's still here. We made it. We made it. She stayed with me.
Exactly, Juan.
What's it say?
Jesus didn't use bad words.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we gotta go there?
I didn't go there. Juan went there.
Don't go there.
Go there.
What's it say? Uh-oh, what's that say? What does it say?
It says body parts are only 4 inches apart. You can guess what body part.
Hang on. Show that.
It says another moderator already handled it.
If my moderators are good, they would have showed that. Unless Juan saw it and then he hit it.
Sorry, tactics. Jesus gave us a good example. I know.
Yeah.
I try to be a good example, but it doesn't wear him down yet. You gotta tell people to go F off. She does have a spicy side. Already.
Good. There, she'll be fine.
Sorry, said that. They used to shout measurements at me. If it was wrong, they say cut it again and toss the board back at me duck.
Yeah, you better duck. Board's coming back at you. What did Russ say?
Trains and stuff, broad shoulders, not a-holes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Curry and tanks.
No, dude, everybody ride your ass construction. It's true. It's true. And if you're a girl, everyone's really going to try.
Kansas says, I believe being an a-hole is in section 4.2, paragraph 3.2017 edition. Or 2017 edition.
I think Kansas is right.
No, dude, everybody rides your butt in construction.
Old man was... Man, I wish that I wasn't blind. It'd be nice to actually see.
The old man greeting was F off on the job site.
You're so pretty.
Juan says, I'm going to start to go happy button Juan.
What is that?
I don't know. I saw that too.
What is it?
I don't know.
What is it?
It's a part of my skin.
Here, bite it off.
There.
We fixed it. I want to see it.
I don't know what it is. You could have laser on your eye tactics.
I can't have laser on my eye. My corneas are too thin. And right now, you know what? As much as I'd like to see, it's the least of my worries because I've failed another EKG. So maybe I do have heart problems at this point. I don't know.
So you have thick skin and thin corneas. Got problems.
All I know is that she believed me when we moved here, but she didn't really believe me.
No, I knowing you long enough, I figured something was truly wrong for you to be acting the way you were.
She thought I was going crazy.
People kept telling me that they thought you were going crazy.
I thought I was going crazy. That would have been nice. And then, so a little bit of backstory for anyone walking in here. I had mold poisoning and almost died, and then forced her to sell her house, and she moved blindly with me, even though she wasn't having any symptoms. And
I had some, and I didn't realize I was having so many symptoms until I moved. Brain fog was the worst. Like, I could not create sentences.
It was pretty bad. So, well, I couldn't create anything. So, it was bad. So anyway, we have 150 trash bags in the backyard, and I had Anthony go through them with you, and you didn't wear your mask. And then she started getting sick.
What started it was me remediating the closet at the old house. That's what started the symptoms.
Yeah, I believe that, because that's when I almost died the first time. That was the first time.
Kansas says, quote, maybe I do have a heart problem. The man who's sick all the time, can't breathe all the time, and continuously finds mold on everything all the time. We've been trying to tell you.
Hey, slide this up as I slide it up. There you go. No, you pulled it off.
Oh, where did it go?
Hang on, we gotta find it.
Okay.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hair. There. Okay. Look, simple instructions. You slide it up as I slide it up. Do not pull it. Ow! Crap! I can't do that. Okay, I'm gonna slide it up. You slide it up. There you go. Wait, we need to go higher. Higher. Right there. There's no telling what they just heard.
Higher.
Everyone in chat is pregnant now.
That's funny. Yeah, grounding yourself helps. He doesn't believe me. I tell him all these things to try, and he's like, nope, I'm going to go get another burger and fries.
Burger
from
and
Five Guys.
Fries. Hey, the fatter I am, the better I feel. I've been trying to gain weight for a long time.
You say that, but I've seen some things.
What have you seen?
Your ugly side.
Seen my ugly side. When I get fat, I get ugly. That's what she said. No. She literally said that. I was like, I've been trying to gain weight. And she was like, don't do that.
You feel better.
Don't do that. No. I've seen your ugly side.
That's not what I mean. I mean, you become Jekyll and Hyde whenever you get exposed to that stuff. That's your ugly side.
Yeah.
Why are you beeping?
Why are you beeping? You pushed that button.
I pushed no buttons.
Who said I heard that? I heard it too. On the Five Guys there.
Juan, he doesn't get it every day. But he goes out to eat every day.
Yeah.
Popeyes, Chick-fil-A.
It's fine.
Cane's.
It's fine. Went to Subway today. Why are you beeping? You want to switch legs?
I'm killing that one.
A little bit. We'll switch sides. Go over here.
Goodness gracious. That one's worse. Ah.
It's not worse. Oh, wait. Is it more bony?
Yeah. Oh. Well, there's something there.
Oh, wait. What's in my pocket?
Me pocket is attacking me bum.
That is my pocket. Here, I'll take off my pants and you take off your pants. And then there'll be no friction.
It's more bony. Kansas, how's your hand doing? That's a good question.
What's it say?
Someone's talking about your third leg.
Oh, yeah. Was it?
Huh?
It's too small for her to feel it, guys.
No, they weren't saying that.
Oh, no.
Sarif said more bony. Somebody else said his third leg.
It can never be that. It's way too small. Sometimes. See? She admits it.
What was your sickness, William wants you to tell more about it.
I had mold poisoning. You gotta switch legs again. This one's not working. Just destroy this
He says
one.
it's more like the third pinky.
We don't. I don't actually need this
I
leg.
don't sit on your leg.
You sit here.
Ouch! What's pokey on the floor?
Everything is pokey on the floor.
I'll kneel in position.
Whoa. Come back up here.
I am.
It's really like that stream. Come back up here.
I am up.
Sit down.
I am sitting down.
I don't need a knee.
I don't need my butt to be attacked.
Do you want the chair?
No, it's okay. Are you gonna talk longer?
Yeah. Sit down there. Ah! I'm just kidding. Sorry. I had mold poisoning.
This is going for browsers.
What are you doing?
Trying to get comfy on your bony knee.
I'm going to stick this magnet. Why would it stick?
Ronnie said you should sit on my lap.
Yeah, let's put the microphone right here next to the wall. Catch it.
Do you like it when I turn you on?
Yes, I do. Get the drill out of the screen. There. The microphone is there. Now they can hear us good. All right, so mold poisoning and mycotoxin poisoning, CIRS. I've got all the things. So basically lost my gallbladder because of the mold, and then
started attacking other body parts.
Started getting vertigo like crazy in the bedroom.
That's where you want it.
That's where you want it. So then I had a couple of blood tests, figured what was going on, produced probably some of the worst blood work ever. And then we bought air purifiers because I started noticing different like textures of air, different places in the house. So then the air purifiers were reading like 0% quality air. And we moved into the garage in a tent to try to survive. And then we started trying to fix the house ourselves.
Rest, yes.
So we kicked Keely out of her bedroom and took it over. We bought a $1,000 couch that we couldn't afford. And then I built a loft overnight at 2 a.m. so that we would have room to sleep and live on that side of the house while we remodeled the other bedroom. Then we took out a loan for 25 grand. We took out one loan for 10 grand. And we had a structured payment of about $200 a month. And then in about a week, that loan auto paid itself off. Well, we'd already spent 10 grand of that on materials. So I quickly got another loan to pay for that loan, which put me in 25 grand of debt in a month. Then we continued to pay all the stuff, remediate that whole bedroom, and everything was going good until we moved back in. And at that night, whenever I moved in the bed, I got total recall memory, by the way, which is kind of a curse, but it works for my job. So we moved back in, and I realized that the floor is actually burning my throat. So then we pulled the bed back out. We're literally moving the bed in and getting all set up. And I realized that the floor is burning my throat. And this is the first time my throat ever actually burned. So we spent another 2 grand on flooring, and I paid somebody to install it. I've never paid anybody to ever install my own flooring, but I did. So someone installed our flooring, and then we started to move back in. But then we realized that like the air was not great still. We had put all of our belongings into the closet in that master bedroom. We never actually did anything with the closet because we didn't understand how persistent this stuff was. So the first week was okay. The next week, it got increasingly bad. And by the third week, We had gone through 3 window ACs because I kept returning because I felt like the window AC was like poisoning me. We got a new bed to try to breathe better. We tried a lot of different things, and then I started trying a steam cleaner to try to clean the coils on the AC. We tried everything to survive in there. And then I determined that it was probably the closet because I wound up putting a pillow over my head to sleep because I was suffocating while I was breathing. I was waking up gasping for air and feeling like I wasn't breathing while I was sleeping and constantly in panic mode and felt like I was dying all the time. So we decided that we were going to remodel the closet. I put up a couple of layers of plastic in the closet. I put up more layers of plastic from the bedroom to another threshold to another cased opening to the bedroom. Had it all plasticed off, like 4 different zipper walls, all kinds of craziness. And then I'm trying to think exactly what happened there. I took an air purifier with me while I was working in the closet. And I didn't realize the air purifiers would grab the mycotoxins out of the air and recontaminate the good airspace. So at this point, we'd already replaced the ductwork twice. I replaced the heater core. It's not called a heater core. What is it called? It's a furnace, the heat exchanger. And I replaced the AC coil already on that side of the house and the ductwork twice. So I was about $6,000 into HVAC alone doing it myself. I recontaminated that side of the house when I took that air purifier from the bad part of the house to the good part of the house. And then I almost didn't wake up that morning. And then I had Angela finish off the rest of the remediation. And that's when she got really sick. But
I did the whole remediation, didn't I?
No, I had started it. And then I made you finish it. And then I actually finished it with Andy that same day. Took off work early. And we did everything. We kills, we sealed, we insulated, we primed, we painted, textured, mudded, everything, sealed it all off. But it was too late. I'd already recontaminated the whole house, and everything was trash and hell, and it was just a bad time. And that's when I told you that you should just let me die.
And I said,
but no, she didn't want to. I had a perfectly good plan too, man.
You stop talking right now. He also had other ideas, but I told him not to tell me any ideas.
She also wouldn't let me burn the house down. I tried that too. She wouldn't let me do that.
I did not say you couldn't do it. I said you shouldn't have told me because I can't lie.
We should have just...
That's what I said.
Done it. We should have just baked a cake and forgot to put the batter with oil at 500 degrees.
Spilled it on accident.
And spilled it everywhere. And had gasoline staged because we were racing lawnmowers inside the house.
No, this isn't his bad side. It affects his emotions, and he becomes really heartless. It's like Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh, I've got no. So it's fight or flight.
He already
survival style.
He hardly has any empathy whatsoever.
It's fight or flight already. Survival style. Fuck everybody else. Basically.
And whenever he gets exposed to the junk, you think he's an asshole normally. He's like an asshole times 100. And it's just hard. But
she only said that because she's sitting in my lap.
That's hard too. You should have left the stove on with a pot of oil and let it burn down.
I know. I'll do it again. I shouldn't say that. Too late. We already said it. That's what we'll do next time.
Next time. Hopefully there won't be a next time.
There's not going to be a next time. We've spent over $300,000 in cash.
All the equity in our old house is gone, and we're in debt up to our.
That's not too bad.
Eyeballs.
We're fine.
We used to be up to our top of our head. Now we're to our eyeballs. So it's going down.
It's been crazy. Yeah, we spent $300K of cash. It's pretty
Crazy.
crazy. What are you gonna do? You know, you just gotta keep going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
That's the only thing you can
That's
do.
all you can do. No other options.
Nope. He tried to have another option, and I said nope.
She wouldn't let me.
I said we need you more than we need the stuff.
Yeah. She was wrong, but it's okay. What's it say?
I'm not exactly sure. Rodney says drinks in front, pike hurt, and rear limbo. Oh, LMBO.
Let me be honest.
I thought it says limbo, and I was like, I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what rear limbo,
Does that say
but it's LMBO.
drinks in the front, poker in the back?
It says piker, but that could be poker.
Piker.
That's why I was like, I don't really know what it says.
That's funny. Hey, where'd that magnet go? Is the magnet on here?
It must be in your belly.
Let me get it before it.
Russ says, I'm nearing retirement. My wife and I would never recover from the same situation, Robert.
Yeah, I believe you, man. We wouldn't barely recover from this situation. We're not recovering from this situation.
We haven't recovered fully. We're in the process of trying to recover.
I'm still dying, so.
I get to hear daily how he's still dying.
She doesn't like to hear it. It's okay.
George says, pull yourself out of a ditch. You better have a good wrench. Ray says, hey, get a room. Darn you, youngsters. Juan says, I know it's been hard for you guys. Jonathan said, oh my God, I can't fathom that. Juan says, build up together, fam.
We, so it was kind of funny because, so she exposed herself with the, you exposed yourself, not you exposed, well, that sounds bad too. Whatever.
I exposed myself to mold.
There you go. She exposed herself
I didn't expose myself to people.
Whatever. So she got in contact with the mycotoxins, and she convinced me because I just gave up, and she was like, "Well, I think all this is okay," and I was like,
What stuff are you
"Sure." So we move all these plates in, and cups, and bowls, and dishes, and all
I did not. No, you don't have total recall because I never once said, hey, let's move this inside. I had to keep everything outside, and you would be like, let's try this inside.
It was your idea.
No, it wasn't.
You made me feel bad.
Well, I don't know how.
Anyway.
All of our stuff was in the backyard. I have no idea how you felt bad about that. We had trash bags. We had 3 tents with stuff in it. People were thinking we were crazy.
We had about 150 trash bags in the backyard.
And I had to go through all of them.
Yeah. So anyway, she's huffing all the stuff. And
on purpose.
Yeah. So I catch her in the cabinet one morning, and she's got her head like deep in the cabinet, and she's like sniffing all around.
I don't remember that.
And I knew what she was doing because that's the way I started. That was like one of the first things I noticed. I opened the fucking cabinet at the old house, and I was like, why is everything spicy in here? And she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like,
you
all
didn't
this
call
stuff.
it spicy at the time. That's been a trademark since we've moved here. That this room is spicy or the thing is spicy.
Whatever it
didn't
was,
start out
like everything was
spicy.
like burning my throat, man.
That's what you would say. You're like, something's burning my throat right now, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I remember when just after I hit 10,000 subs, I was having to drink water or anything. I had to have something. I was having to drink something like every couple of minutes for my throat not to hurt. And then after that, my throat burned for about a year after we moved here. Even after we got out of the bad air.
Because we kept exposing ourselves to it.
It's probably true.
It's true, Jonathan.
What's that?
I put up with this guy every day.
You do.
So, see, that's true love. Your woman put up with you, and she cares so much for you.
I know. I don't know why. It's what?
You'll never know.
Oh, okay.
If it burns, it works. George says he remembers that night when you reacted. So I guess whenever I had said something spicy, you told the chat.
Oh, and I was so happy. I was like, yay, I'm not crazy. So her boss is like her best friend, right? And she's helping us move. And I've always liked their family. And I think she thought that I was faking it, because at this point I really wanted to disassociate with even helping move. But I felt bad because all the women were moving stuff out of the van. So I started grabbing stuff, but I was actually like gagging as I was grabbing stuff, and it's involuntary. Like I'll just start
heaving,
dry heaving, basically. Yeah. So I'm like dying helping move all this stuff, and I think I overheard them saying that I was faking it, but that's okay. She starts moving stuff in the.
You have 5%.
5% battery is not good.
Where's the charger?
It's right there on that thing. We're gonna unplug this microphone here. Quick.
It's plugged into this light?
Yeah, unplug the light. We gotta. That's not gonna work. Oh yeah, well. Hey, make sure that's plugged in.
It is.
Make sure it's turned on.
How can you tell it's turned on?
I should get a little lightning bolt symbol.
It's plugged in down there.
No, it's turned on.
You clicked it for reset.
It's good.
Why would they have either reset or off?
Because they're stupid.
Okay. It's so much brighter.
It is much brighter. Wait, am I stupid? No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Sit down. Yeah. So, yeah, they start moving stuff through the house, and
We didn't move anything to the house yet. We were starting to.
No, Kaden had already walked through the house with a couple of things.
Oh.
So I was like freaking out. And then she was fixing to go walk in the house. And I lost it. It was bad. I yelled at the top of my lungs and pretty much expressed to her how we had a house with 35 solar panels, only had $100K to pay on it, had a 30 by 20 shop attached, had a 6 foot by 10 foot long shower with double rain heads, fully remodeled everything to the house to my liking, and had 2 separate air conditioners with a hot tub, a pool, a fence, and basically a castle. And I left all that behind for what? But the problem was that I think probably 7 houses away could hear me yelling. And then every other word was the F word while I was expressing that. So she was not happy with me, to say the least, understandably. But yeah, it happened. And it's never been the same.
Rodney thinks we should play that game where one of us makes the face and then the other one makes the sound. Said that was a great video.
That was a funny video.
It was fun doing it with the girls too. Especially Caitlin. We would tell her something and she's like, okay, I know that sound. And then it would not be the sound. Jonathan says, that's like a typical day on the job site. LOL. What the F is this?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's sad. I'm sorry y'all have to deal with that.
It's pretty bad.
Why is it like that?
Because it has to be like that.
No,
if
it
not,
doesn't.
Hang on. Let me talk.
It doesn't have to be. Somebody thinks that it has to be like that.
It doesn't have to be like that.
Exactly.
But it does.
No, it doesn't.
You're going to work in the rain, sleet, and snow when it's 105 degrees outside.
Snowing and 105 degrees outside?
At the same time.
That would
uphill,
be like...
both ways. Crazy.
That would be the craziest hot flashes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Jonathan says you need a better superintendent.
Maybe. I don't know if it's a superintendent. That's just the way everything is. Most people that you meet, man, the trades aren't plan A or B or C or D or
It was
E.
for you.
It was for me. And then, I mean, look where I'm at now. But there's still a lot of people that are in the same position when I left 10 years ago. They might make more money, but they're in the same position.
Yeah.
A lot of people, we just call them old men stuck in a trade because that's, I mean, you're just an old man stuck in a trade. You're just stuck. That's all you know. You're good at what you do, and you come to work every day. But that's the basics of it. There's nothing more than that to it. You're just a hand that helps, that knows what they're doing, and that happens to some people, you know. What's it say?
Power 15 says it's raining in Ireland. Obviously.
Obviously.
Russ says you don't choose what happens to you in your day, but you can choose how you react to it. Exactly.
That's what I tell her every
Whatever. That's what I tell you.
Oh, man. You should have seen what I saw today. It was bad.
It's raining in Branson tonight, Rodney said. It was raining last night here. And then the night before. Because it rained like all day yesterday.
And the night before.
George says, I wish you and Souls could collaborate on a generator install, rewiring the panel, what to not do.
What to not do, yeah.
In Missouri.
Generators are really, I mean, I could draw out a generator. That's almost as basic as it gets because it's really just a 100 amp breaker that goes on one side of a relay. And what you don't want to do is tie the solar in on the wrong side of the ATS.
Somebody said I look like a Who from Whoville.
The cutest Who ever.
It's my nose, isn't it?
It is. I'm gonna bite it.
Jonathan says it's literally the worst when trades are working on top of trades.
Yeah, it's true.
Rodney says you lost more money than I ever had in my life.
Man, money's just a freaking number. It's not really about the money. It's the time.
Survival.
It's what?
Survival.
Survival, yeah. It's about the time, man. It's we had built that house to everything we wanted. We had secured our future. We were done. I mean, we had solar. We didn't have an electric bill. We
We started getting a small one, but not anything crazy.
Yeah, we had everything.
And we had an Ann.
And we had an Ann.
When she went, everything else went. Your gallbladder went, the house went, the sanity went.
The sanity definitely went. Thank you both for something.
Supporting.
Does it say do?
Yeah. All kinds of things to know about backup power, George said. And Jamie says, where else would a who be from anyway? Apparently, Texas. I'll have to tell my parents that they birthed the who.
Whovilles are in Texas. Makes sense.
Not Whovilles, who's.
It's whatever.
Whoville is the place.
Whatever. Ha, Jamie roasted your ass. Not you. Yeah, dude, I need to respond to your email.
Why do I keep drinking that?
Did you make a funny face?
Yeah, still making it.
Yes. Do you have my number, John? I don't know if John has my number.
I don't know. But you have that other number that you share out to everybody, right? Or no?
I haven't paid the bill on it.
That makes it hard.
It's been rough, man. I've had pneumonia 3 times.
3 times?
3 or 3?
You sound like Caitlin.
How many?
3 or 3?
How many times this year?
I don't know. Every time you get over it, it comes back. It's like, haha, you thought I left.
Well, that was a sinus infection the time before that. So.
But it keeps turning into chest stuff. So even if you don't go full out pneumonia, you have chest problems.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I dodged pneumonia actually the other day. So that was cool.
John Demolition says, nope, I know nothing.
Oh, okay. You need to help me remember to respond to that email.
I will try. Rodney says, I'm proof you don't need money to be happy. I have my health and God is central in our life. That's all you need?
This is very cool DeWalt setup in the back. Got lots of DeWalt.
Did you say how you got this?
Yes, no. Is that light on?
Yeah.
The light's been on for 2 days. Turn it off.
This little light of mine. Russ says, I have to take my wife to the big city every 5 or 6 weeks to get shots in her eyes. Diabetic retina therapy.
Wow.
Diagnosis happened very quickly. The meds are extremely expensive. I can only imagine.
Wow.
Very nice.
Life
Suresh,
happens quick. It absolutely does.
Life happens quick. You're right, Russ.
There's a lot of things, man. I don't believe in social medicine, but there's a lot of things that should be free for certain situations. Like, I don't know, man. The whole mold thing, like they should have more education about that.
And insurance coverage of some sort.
There's zero insurance coverage for what we're going through.
This is what happened to us.
Yeah. It used to be like this, and then after we lost our house, now it's like this.
You're crazy. George says salt might help get the lungs back to A1.
Salt does help.
Eugene needs a relationship advice. Hit us.
All right. What's your relationship advice?
He needs it, so
What-
he
what are you
needs
gonna
to
tell him?
ask what it. Well, he's got to ask a question
Just
first.
tell him what some advice is.
Happy spouse, happy house.
Yes, there you go. Is
Because
that
it
true?
can't be happy wife, happy life, because that doesn't work. Because if I was happy, you wouldn't be. No, I'm kidding.
Always give your wife the nut every night.
Why are you shoving this in my face?
It's a nut.
That is a humongous nut.
You like it?
Inside.
It's hollow.
It looks like a pig nose.
Show chat. Get out of here.
I don't know how to help with that.
That's probably a troll. But just in
Okay.
case he didn't or did or is or whatever. I think he was always there's no turn. That's not your fault.
Well, Eugene sounds like a guy name, I'm assuming. And then he says, my boyfriend turned gay. Is it my fault? So, I don't know. Did you want him to be your boyfriend?
Probably a troll. Wouldn't read too much
I'm
into
assuming.
that. Yeah.
I used wall spacers instead of replacing loose electrical boxes. Thoughts?
Use wall spacers instead of replacing loose electrical boxes. Wall spacers. You mean like this? Did you? That is one struck drill.
Jonathan says, finish work sucks.
Do you mean like these? And just, cut to fit for spacers for receptacles? Perfectly fine. I don't think I've ever replaced an electrical box.
Jonathan says, finish work sucks sometimes when I got wallpaper people doing their stuff and I have receptacles and switches installed. To install, I guess.
I was thinking a troll too.
Russ says, box extensions.
Appreciate it, George. George got rid of him. You're a rip. What state are you from? I am from Bermuda, but we're in Texas. So
I am not from Bermuda.
she's from Texas. You're from Texas. That's why you said sexy.
You're crazy. I'm falling.
All the best girls are from Texas. Everyone knows that. There's proof. I got proof right here.
You're crazy.
The great state of Texas. In Texas. That's what you sound like, y'all. Howdy. I'm from Texas. My name's Angela.
I was saying howdy.
You should. You're from Texas.
So?
You're from Texas. You gotta say howdy.
You lived here more than you lived in Bermuda. Why don't you sound all Texan?
Because I'm from Bermuda.
You don't sound Bermudian either. You don't belong
I
nowhere.
don't belong anywhere. What's that?
I'm hungry.
It's a dinosaur.
Hi, hungry.
Hi, hungry. My name's Dad.
Ow!
Don't
Run.
kick her.
Golly. Go get something to eat.
I'm hungry.
Okay, I'm gonna do the noise. You do the face.
What?
Do a face. I'm gonna do the noise. Look over there. Wait. Go.
1, 2.
Moo!
That was a move.
It works.
Yeah. Ollie, Ollie, Oxenfree.
Okay, I'm gonna do one. Ready?
No. Can you get me food?
You were so low pitched. And I was like,
It's your turn.
To make the face?
Yeah.
what kind of noise can you make with that face?
Okay, ready?
Who's doing the noise?
I'm doing the noise.
Okay.
Why are you looking at the camera? Angela's turn to make the face. Wait, they can't see.
Can I make the noise?
Yes.
Can you get me food?
No, what food do you want?
Get your own food.
No.
There's a fridge full of food.
You're almost 11. You can get your own food.
It's
No.
true. Yes, you can.
No.
Yes.
No.
Then don't eat.
Somebody loves your hair.
Love you.
Jelly bean. Thank you. Unless it's Keely's too, which thank you for that too.
Okay. My turn.
Ouch. Hold on.
My turn. Ready? You gotta do the noise. Ready?
Yes. Ow.
What's your face?
What's my face? This is my face.
What's your face? Okay. Oh, that's not nice.
Oh my goodness.
It's great. Okay, my turn. Okay.
They said we're piped.
What did I say?
We're piped.
We're piped.
I guess we're drinking a little too much is what they think.
Not yet.
This is just natural.
You worked on a
Fire damaged hotel.
fire damaged hotel. That's bad. That's bad air there. I can't even be on fire damaged buildings. If I go assess damage for a fire damaged building, I walk in. By the time I walk out, I'm like running into walls and stuff, man.
John Demolition explained what he was talking about with the spacer. He said, no, they're just flat pieces of metal. They go between the wall and the outlet.
Oh, the RLCs. Yeah, those are fine too.
And Soundwave says, don't forget the chest baby holder. Great to hold tools on ladder.
What's called the chest baby holder? All right.
I would guess the baby holder
Holds babies.
onto your chest.
What's it say? Opinions. The 21 model Kawasaki Ninja 400 motorcycle.
Top speed
Top
at 123 miles per hour, achieved on 6th gear, and has 45 horsepower. Overall, great beginner motorcycle.
That probably is a good beginner because a 600's a lot of power, goes really fast. 123 is plenty.
Jamie agreed. Wear a helmet all the time. Especially when you're practicing.
Look up and down before crossing the street. What's up, Joe? Also very controllable. Yeah. What's going on in there? Who's she talking to?
Britta.
Oh.
I'm falling in the hole.
It's, I was falling in the hole. Sit back down.
Your legs are going like this farther and farther away.
Ow! Why'd you aim for one leg? You got a whole thing here to sit on.
I got a whole thing?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing? I don't like this.
Me either. We gotta go to bed. What time is it?
It's 1:45.
It is 11:20.
You're spreading my legs all weird.
That's the way I like it. I'm going to subscribe. Appreciate it, Jelly Bean.
Yes. They're wondering if Suresh is still there. They chatted him a couple times and he's yet to respond.
Sarush, are you there?
To reach out to him. Do you have any other way to contact him?
Email.
Okay. Jamie says impact driver. Thank you, Jelly Bean. Oh, did you hear that?
That was this making noise when I dropped it?
That was my knees.
Oh, wait, I did hear your knees. Okay. What are you doing down there?
Things.
Okay.
No, not really.
You're going to make me a
Papa Rod again.
Rodney.
This baby make machine, I think, is closed. I think.
Is it?
I think.
Is it done?
Well, you said that we were done on after the first one.
Is the baby machine out of commission, though, is the question. Best, most used tool. The best, most used tool is perhaps... here, grab that red handle. Ookie Loopy.
This one?
Yeah, yeah, or the other one. This one, yeah. This. This is the best, most used tool, I think.
Hello, Robert.
Hello, Angela.
How are you tonight?
Oh, doing pretty good. How about you?
You're crazy.
Hey guys, can I join?
I only do this.
That's not true.
You made him excited.
You didn't know I did that?
You touched him the right way.
Yeah, it can happen. There you go.
Oh, Suresh's day is beginning. That's why he's probably not talking.
Well, that might be true. That might be true.
You're crazy.
You're crazy. On a serious note, looking at X Cobra is probably the most used tool.
Oh, this side, it really looks like a face. It's like, with an eyeball. You
Yeah.
didn't see the right side.
Emote Swoosh. Melter breakers and switchgear too.
Joe Scott says Knipex pliers.
Yeah, the Knipex. This is really used because this is like your vise. It's your coupling tightener. It's your. You can even squeeze minis, and then tighten the nuts. This is like an extension of your hand. This is probably the most grabbed tool as an electrician. Screwdriver's pretty up there too, but. Hey, she's ready to go to bed.
You can keep talking if you want.
No.
Good night, chat.
Actually, I'm going to be a great grandpa again in November.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, that's cool.
Thank you, An. Love you.
Oh, the best, most useful is your impact driver. That might be true too. What's your brand that you like? Where are you going?
To bed.
What are you wearing?
Nothing.
I want to go to.
Clothes all the way there.
I want to go to bed with you.
Come on.
DeWalt and Flex. Yeah, that's a good choice. That's a good choice. Which DeWalt do you like the most, man? It's a toss-up for me between. I think that this has been overhyped a little bit. It's a little bit heavy. It is quieter, but it lacks a little bit of speed control. It only has 1 or 2 settings. Doesn't have 3. I really like the 850 or the 840. The 845 gave me trigger issues. If you see dirty, you should make it banned. Let's see here. This W DeWalt, can't tell you what model is. It's 850. You got this one. Not this one. Oh, I forgot about the 860, man. The 860 is such a great impact. It's really, really fast. I've got an 850 though around here somewhere. Is it this one? Yeah. That's 850. It's a good impact too, man. DeWalt's got some solid impacts, especially with the battery sizes. I mean, no one else is making a battery putting out this much power. This battery, I don't have anything over here. This battery is almost the same size as the 12 volt, but it puts out 20 volts. It's a great combination. Even the Flex is kind of catching up. See, I just threw away. I just threw away my quick eject impact from Flex. But this is a 2.0 Flex. And this is the 1.7. And when you look how like good Flex made this battery, man, it's actually pretty impressive because this is a 24 volt. And then that's a 20 with a 2.0. And the weight and everything is just really impressive from Flex. But I got to get my hands on another quick eject. Why are you here? She's going to be over nothing. Yeah, I know. Oh, dude, you got to get the power stacks, man. They are so amazing. They're lighter. They're more power. You don't have to worry about them crapping out on you. Hey.
Hi.
What you doing?
Grabbing my phone.
You're still wearing clothes. I'm not coming. Okay, I'm going. What are you doing? It's a shirt. I'm gonna wear it.
Why are you wearing it?
Because it's cool. Ha! Now I've got the cool shirt. What's up, officer? Man, we're gonna get out of here. Flex came out with the power stack. Yeah. Flex has the stack lithium. They call it the Flex stack or whatever it's called. What do they call it? Flex. Just their stack lithium. I don't know what happened to my internet. But yeah, so this one's 960 watts on a 2.0 stack lithium. I don't have very many Flex batteries in here right now. Any tips for first year apprentices? Yeah. Be like a sponge. Ask all the questions that your journeyman is willing to answer. Always try to predict what they're gonna need next, whether it's a tool, material, whatever it is, and start kind of paying attention to what's going on around you and what's going to be the next kind of step. Try to analyze why they're doing it. Don't ask them how they're doing it or try to change the game plan. They've already decided that that's what they're going to do. So a bunch of electricians will do things differently. Everyone will look at the same thing and say, I can do that better. That's just the way electricians are. Everyone's that way. So just get with the program, man. That's the way it is. Any electrician will look at another electrician's work and say, I could have done it better. So the biggest mistake you can make as an apprentice is thinking that you can do it better because one, you're an apprentice, so it doesn't matter what you think. But two, that's the way everyone thinks and no one wants to hear it. He said, yeah, we're kicking you out. Time to go. Yeah. Go to bed and get some. All right. We're out of here. We'll see you. She wasn't wearing a bra, so she's just running around topless right now around the house. I better go. We'll see you guys.